afternoon and welcome to this special online program focused on financial literacy brought to you as part of the Office of Career and Employment Services here at Northern Caribbean University during its Career Week of activities. We are so excited to have you join us on this informative and engaging session. I'm Ashley Onfroy, your Vice President of Finance and Planning of the United Student Movement and your host for this afternoon. Financial literacy is a crucial skill that every individual should possess, especially as university students preparing to navigate the world of work and becoming financially independent. This program aims to equip you with the necessary knowledge and tools to make informed financial decisions that will set you on the path towards financial stability and success. Throughout the program, we'll be hearing from a range of knowledgeable and experienced speakers who will be sharing insights and expertise on various aspects of financial literacy, including budgeting, investing, debt management, and more. So, if you're a student or a young professional, these are presentations you don't want to miss. And as an added incentive, we have some fantastic prizes just for you, so stay tuned and engage with us throughout the program. But before we dive into these presentations, we'll take a short break. So grab a snack and a drink and be sure to come back for what promises to be an enlightening and empowering session.
Technology and innovation abound at the Beacon on the Hill, Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville, Manchester. NCU is home of the Microsoft.
Welcome to Northern Caribbean University, where we believe that financial literacy is essential for career development. Our mission is to prepare our students not only for successful careers, but also for a lifetime of financial stability. Our students are taught how to create budgets, manage debt, and invest wisely. By integrating financial literacy into our curriculum, we are empowering our students to take control of their financial futures and achieve their career goals. At Northern Caribbean University, we are proud to produce graduates who are not only successful in their careers, but also financially stable and responsible.
Welcome back. As we continue this program on financial literacy during our Career Week of activities, it's important to note that the month of April is celebrated as Financial Literacy Month. This is a time to raise awareness and promote the importance of financial literacy in our daily lives as we pursue our careers and personal goals. Being financially literate means having the knowledge and skills to make informed decisions about managing your money, saving, investing, and avoiding debt. It's an essential aspect of achieving financial independence and security. As university students and budding professionals, it's crucial to start building a strong foundation in financial literacy early on. And to help us with that, we have a special presenter with us today from our main sponsor, Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. Mr. Michael Gostok, Marketing Manager, will be sharing with us some valuable insights on the various offerings from the Cooperative Credit Union that are relevant to us as students starting off our careers. So, without further ado, let's welcome Mr. Gostok and learn more about how we can take advantage of these offerings to build a solid financial future. Welcome, sir, to the Beacon on the Hill. We're happy to have you. Please share with us.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone, and thanks for inviting myself and by extension the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union to be a part of your Financial Literacy Day program. Just want to say that we ourselves are also observing the entire month of April as Financial Literacy Month within the Credit Union movement. So it is indeed our pleasure to be a part of your week of activities and to deliver this presentation on financial literacy and how persons can use this now to manage their personal finances. In terms of making my presentation, will you guys share? Thank you so much. Thank you. All right, so the title of my presentation is Financial Literacy, the Key to Managing Your Personal Finances. Um, so what is meant by personal finance? Personal finance addresses ways in which individuals obtain or earn money, budget, save, and spend monetary resources over time, considering various financial risks and future life events along the way. We have identified 7 key components to managing your personal finances, and these key components are as follows: earning, budgeting, saving, investing, borrowing wisely, being a smart consumer, and finally, retirement planning. What I'm going to do is to just spend the next few minutes to expound a little on each of these 7 critical areas. And at the end of it now, you'll see, well, the viewers would have a better understanding as to how these elements come together to assist persons in managing their personal finances. So let's start with the first one in terms of earning. Earning is basically looking at how you make money. And whatever money that you earn is called your income. There are many ways that persons can earn an income, not necessarily from their 9-to-5 job, but persons get money through various means. Remittances is a very popular way in Jamaica for persons to get money from overseas to finance their various needs. Partner draw, partner plans, those are very common saving options in the Jamaican landscape. It's a part of our culture that we love to throw partners. And of course, gifts, donations from family, friends, relatives, etc. In addition to your 9-to-5 jobs, though, persons can find creative ways of earning money by being an entrepreneur. Particularly students at NCU, I know they're very creative, but they can find ways of buying and selling items, using their talents to create stuff, converting their hobbies into an income stream, and using their intellectual skills to drive revenue. Having earned or having created sources of earning, it is imperative that persons budget. A budget is a detailed plan outlining how your resources, your income, your earnings will be used to offset recurring expenses. There are expenses that occur month over month. You can't escape them. So you have to account for that. And the budget allows you to match your income against your expenditure with a view of retaining some of your resources in the form of savings. Basically, in short, budgeting involves spending on paper before you spend the physical money. All right. How to create a budget? The first step to successful money management is being able to create a budget. And a budget comprises 2 main components or parts, and that is looking at outlining all your sources of income and then matching that against all your areas of expenditure, all your expenses. The main purpose of doing this or carrying out this activity is to keep your expenses at or below the level of your income so that you can have a positive figure, a balance at the bottom of your budget sheet. When creating a budget, it is so important that you prioritize because there are so many items that you can include on your budget, but you cannot have an infinite list of expenses. You have to prioritize and put the more important expenses at the top of your list. So when creating a budget, decide what payments should be made first and prioritize. So on my little list here, I'm looking at your rent or your mortgage because that has to come first. You have to have a roof over your head. Paying your utility bills, your light, your water, etc. Purchasing grocery or food items. As university students, you need to be keen on getting the tuition paid. So tuition and school fees should be a major part of any budget that you're making. And of course, for those of us who borrow, you have to always factor in your loan obligations when creating your budget. So basically what we're saying is leave the unnecessary stuff for last and take care of what is priority. All right, so in looking at the key elements, we would have looked at 2 so far. So we're now down to the third one, which is saving. So we looked at how you make money. We look at the whole budget sheet. And what we're saying is that we need to consider ways in which we can save some of what we earn. Why do we need to save? Why should we save? Some of the reasons for saving include being able to improve your purchasing power, saving for the future, which is a rainy day, and to achieve certain specific goals that we want to set out in life. How do you save though? Do we still save under the mattress? That's not necessarily such a wise thing to do. It is important that you develop a savings habit and practice safe ways to save. What are some of the safe ways to save? My first advice to you would be to choose a trusted financial partner, such as the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. Most institutions have a wide range of saving options, but the onus is on you now to select accounts that match your needs or goals. You can categorize, a lot of the saving instruments that are at the financial institutions can be categorized into short, medium, or long-term saving options. We would also encourage you to utilize salary deduction or standing order options. If you're working a 9-to-5 job, you can set up automatic saving options where monies would be remitted directly from your salaries to your various savings accounts. And that can be done through salary deductions or standing order options. Pay yourself first. Always ensure that at least 10% of your earnings is put away or set aside as savings. And that should be reflected on in your budget sheet that I would have explained earlier. All right. I mentioned saving and also investing as another element. There's a slight difference between both. Saving involves more short-term focus, while investing takes you over the longer period, long-term. All right, so saving up investment options include investing in the stock market, looking at fixed income instruments, tax-free investment options, which takes you 5 years or more, retirement accounts, and insurance-based products. So these are more long-term in nature, and they normally tend to yield greater returns. All right, the next element is borrowing. In the financial sector, the word credit is used to refer to borrowing. Credit means that someone is willing to lend you, to loan money called the principal in exchange for your promise to pay back that principal with interest. The biggest cost of using credit is the interest rate that is applied to that loan. So I'm encouraging my listeners to borrow, but you must do so in a very smart way and borrow wisely. The best places to access credit, in my opinion, is through a credit union, right? Credit unions offer some unique advantages over other financial institutions. And I'm going to just list out maybe 5 of those advantages of borrowing from a credit union. At a credit union, all our loans are calculated on the reducing balance. Members can get loans just based on their character. So we give unsecured loans to our members based on their character. You don't have to basically bring anything to the table in terms of collateral or security. Members are able to save while they are repaying their loans. Almost all of credit union loans have some compulsory savings attached to it. So at the end of honoring your loan obligation, you're still left in a better position because you would have been accumulating savings over the same period. In most instances, within the credit union system, the debt dies with the debtor. So if our member dies and he has a loan outstanding, in most cases, the loan will also die with the member. A member can use his savings to help another member to secure a loan because we're a member-based organization and our mantra is people helping people. So just to give you some additional tips on borrowing wisely, we want to just encourage persons not to misuse credit. Don't borrow for frivolous reasons. Ensure that the loans that you're taking are for provident or productive purposes. Borrow wisely for production, education, or to improve your asset base. Ensure that you commit to and have a steady source of funds to repay your loan. Leave space to be able to borrow for emergencies. So don't borrow to the point where your debt service ratio is sky high and you are no longer in a capacity to take another loan. Always leave space to borrow for an emergency. Being mindful of the credit report. In Jamaica, we now subscribe to the credit bureaus, and it's important that we maintain a good track record across all the institutions that we borrow, because your information cannot be hidden, and your credit report says a lot, and it determines how you move forward in terms of accessing credit from whichever institution that you go. Just to give you some insights on some of the loan options that are available at Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. I mentioned earlier that we give loans to our members for provident and productive purposes, and these loans include home loans, motor vehicle loans, education loans, debt consolidation loans, and most definitely business loans. So these are the general categories where we finance our loans. The next element of managing your personal finances is becoming a smart consumer. You will be handling, we all throughout our lives will be handling money, and it's best that you are able to sharpen your money management skills from an early stage. We have a school savings program, we have a youth savings program at Manchester Co-op, where the minute someone is born, we are able to onboard them as a youth saver, and the whole habit of being thrifty is instilled in them from a very early age. So it's important that we develop proper money management skills from early. And being a smart consumer means finding ways to save money, make good purchasing decisions, and setting realistic goals. On the matter of setting goals, there's a general rule that when doing goal setting, they should be smart. Your goals should be specific. They should be measurable, attainable, realistic, and time-bound. All right? The final point I'm going to make in my presentation is about retirement planning. It's never too early to start planning for your retirement. Tips for persons who are in their 20s and 30s who would have probably just entered the job market and think that retirement is 40 years down the road. Just watch your credit card expenses, because that's a major area in which persons can destroy their credit history and really mess up their finances. Create and stick to your budget, which we would have spoken about earlier. But as it relates to retirement, more specifically now, we encourage persons to participate in their organization's retirement or pension plans. If they're in a situation and the organization is contributing to your pension, we encourage you to maximize on the amount that you can contribute, because you will stand to benefit in the long run. Explore individual retirement accounts. So for persons who are like self-employed, they can always visit institutions that offer these individual retirement account plans, so that they will stand to benefit in the future when they retire. This point was made earlier as well, and I'm going to reiterate it, that you should always try to save or invest a portion of your net pay per month, and the general rule of thumb is 10% of your earnings should be set aside for future expenses, or for the future, basically. With that being said, I think this is the end of the presentation. I welcome feedback. I welcome feedback from the audience, and just to remind us of the 7 elements that we would have discussed earlier or throughout this presentation. We looked at the key components of managing your personal finances, which will include earning, budgeting, saving, investing, borrowing wisely, being a smart consumer, and most definitely taking into account retirement planning from the minute you start working. All right. Thank you very much for listening to the presentation. If there are any questions, I will take them at this time. All the best with the rest of your week in terms of your financial literacy and career week activities. And at Manchester Co-op, we'll continue throughout the rest of the month as we celebrate or observe Financial Literacy Month within our space.
Thank you so much, sir. That was such an informative presentation on the offerings from the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union. It's great to know that there are financial institutions out there that are committed to supporting and empowering young people in their financial journey. Now, who's ready for a giveaway? Mrs. Scuff, take it away.
Ashley, I'm so excited about this opportunity because remember, guys, throughout this program, we have spot prizes just for you. Based on Mr. Gottschalk's presentation, I need you to answer this one question in the chat. The first person to answer correctly will receive a beautiful gift courtesy of the United Student Movement. Are you ready? The question is, give us 2 key components of managing your personal finances. Give us 2 key components of the plethora we just got of managing your personal finances. I'm looking in the chat, Ashley. I'm looking in the chat to see if we have any winners at this point. We have a special prize for you coming up, guys. But just in case, because we have to run, I'm going to keep watching the chat, and we're going to keep in touch with you and hand that prize over to you. But congrats to whoever will get it right. Over to you, Ashley.
Keep listening to our presenters, and who knows, you may be the next winner. We have a few more prizes to give away, and there's a grand giveaway. Now, before we move on to our next presenter, we'll take a short break to give you a chance to stretch your legs a bit and rest your hands from all that writing. When we return, you'll hear from our next expert who'll be discussing exciting areas of interest of insurance. So stay tuned. We'll be right back.
Hi, my name is Linnea Richardson, and I am the Vice President of Finance and Planning for the International Students Association Club and the Secretary for the United Student Movement Finance Committee. The financial tip is, it's not how much money you make, but how much you save. Therefore, ascertain how the financial choices you make today will affect your future. Never save what money is left after spending, but instead spend what money is left after saving.
Welcome back. It's now time to dive into our next presentation, and we are so delighted to have Miss Abigail Scott, a sales associate at the Kuna Caribbean Insurance. Miss Scott will be presenting on the products and services that Kuna Caribbean Insurance offers to students and young professionals. It's essential to protect ourselves and our loved ones financially, and one way to do that is through life insurance. Ms. Scott will be discussing the importance of considering life insurance as part of financial planning and how Kuna Caribbean Insurance can help you achieve your financial goals. So, if you're interested in learning more about life insurance and how it can benefit you, don't miss this presentation. Stay tuned to hear from Ms. Scott from Kuna Caribbean Insurance. Welcome.
Hey, good afternoon, everyone. It's a pleasure to be here this afternoon, joining you all in your Financial Literacy Week of activity. And I want to say thank you for this opportunity on behalf of Kuna Caribbean Insurance Jamaica Limited. I'm just waiting on the presentation to be on screen to begin. All right, so I want to start off by saying that I am a sales associate, as our moderator rightly said in her introduction. And again, I want to thank you all for this opportunity. As we look at financial literacy, I want to make a note that financial discipline and knowing how to manage wealth, budgeting, preparing for retirement, etc., are foundational to financial literacy. But let's not forget the critical role insurance plays in ensuring your wealth, building efforts won't be overtaken by a costly event or accident. So we're going to look at some of the products and services that Kuna Caribbean Insurance provide. And most importantly, we're going to focus on the family indemnity plan with critical illness rider. But first, here is a food for thought. And it says, if you can imagine it, you can achieve it. If you can dream it, you can become it. And it also says that your feet can never take you where your mind has never been. And I want you to just mull this over. So who are we? Kuna Caribbean Insurance is a member of the Kuna Mutual Group and the leading provider of insurance solutions for organizations and members across the Caribbean. We provide easy, low-cost insurance solutions for organizations and their members. So here are a range of products and services that Kuna Caribbean provides. And as a result, we protect that wealth building, those monies that you have been that you will be saving for retirement and onwards. So we have the family indemnity plan, which we'll be focusing on today. We have the advanced protector insurance, which basically covers that extra amount that you would take for a loan. We have the life savings. We have the family indemnity plan with critical illness rider. We have our loan protection insurance, or life savings insurance, the golden harvest savings plan, and the family critical illness plan. All right, so what is the family indemnity plan, and FIP as you rightly call it? It is a simple life insurance plan that covers up to 6 persons on a single contract. So there is no medical questionnaire or requirements for that. So there's only a 6-month waiting period, and we have a cash payment within 48 hours of death of any one of the insured persons on the plan. So there is also immediate cash payout for final expenses, medical bills, or debt consolidation when you need it most. And how this aligns with financial literacy is that we don't want you to offset a burial cost by taking out a loan for yourself or any one of your family members in the event of a death. So who are covered? We cover 3 generations of family members. We cover parents, parents-in-law, once enrolled before the age of 75. We cover spouse, married or unmarried, and must be of the opposite sex, once enrolled before the age of 75. We also cover unmarried children, biological or non-biological under the age of 26. We also cover permanently disabled children that are declared as such before the termination age of 26. When you think about financial literacy, and as I mentioned earlier on, that we provide low-cost insurance coverage, and we make these plan coverage options a wide variety that basically fits into everyone's budget. And as our first presenter spoke about the 7 keys when it comes to financial literacy, you can see that these premiums amounts that we offer will fit into every budget that you can think about. And as students that is going into the working environment, or those that are students that are working, you see that the plan options that we provide are very affordable, and it is not something that is static. It's something that if your financial circumstances increase, you can also increase the plan option that you can choose to cover your family. So we mentioned earlier on that the family indemnity plan comes with critical illness rider. So we don't want to just cover our members only for the cost of death, but also in the event that you will be diagnosed with a critical illness. So the critical illness insurance is attached to the FIP plan. It is available to the primary insured member only. The CI rider can be attached to any of the 11 plan types that we offer, and that is from Plan A to Plan K. So the CI rider provides a one-time lump sum benefit payment based on the coverage option chosen by the primary insured upon his or her diagnosis of a specified covered critical illness condition. So we have two options when it comes on to the critical illness rider. We have an option for $1 million coverage or $500,000 coverage. So we're going to look at the critical illnesses that the CI rider covers. So we cover cancer, heart attack, stroke, major burn, and paralysis. And these are illnesses that you might in the future be diagnosed with, and hence you are able to be covered under the insurance coverage for the critical illness rider. All right, so the critical illness rider premium schedule here displayed basically is done under an age band. So based on your age, it is the premium, you'll see the premium amount that you'll pay and the coverage options based on your selection. And as I said before, we provide low cost insurance coverage for all people because that's who we are as the Kuna Caribbean Insurance family. So you look at an age bracket of 18 to 34, right? And as a NCU student, I know most of you will be able to afford a critical illness rider for $350 Jamaican dollars, and that covers you for $500,000 critical illness coverage. And then we have the $1 million coverage for a monthly payment of $700. And we're talking about these premiums being able to fit in any budget that you are able to plan for. If you are thinking about monthly budgeting or a weekly budgeting or a fortnightly budgeting, this can fit in any one of those budget options that you can think about. So we spoke about the critical illness covering only the primary injured person, and really the age group that you would have to be to apply for the critical illness is before the age of 60 years. And also there is the premiums rates are fixed, so they don't change along with your age. So if you are 18 now and you move to age 40, you'll still be paying $350 for your $500,000 coverage of critical illness rider, or that $700 if you choose the coverage option of $1 million. And the termination age for the CI rider, as we call it, is age 75. All right, so we are basically at the end of this presentation, and how you can get access to the FIP with CI rider, if that is your option, is you can call or visit any one of our policyholders, credit unions such as the Manchester Cooperative Credit Union, which was our first presenter, or any one of our affinity groups. You will need to complete an enrollment form and take along with you your birth certificate, your ID, your proof of address, and the first month's premium. Also, you can visit our website for more information on the Family Indemnity Plan with CI rider or any one of our products and services that we offer to you, our members. And I'm saying members because all students of NCU and teachers are prospective members of the credit unions and also the Family Indemnity Plan and the Kuna Caribbean family at large. So you can visit our Facebook page, Kuna Caribbean Insurance Jamaica, Instagram page, Kuna Caribbean JM, TikTok, Kuna Caribbean Insurance JA, or you can call us and you can reach me directly at 876-564-7820. So I thank you all for listening, and I hope this provide some insights of why insurance is important when you're looking at financial literacy.
Thank you, Ms. Scott, for that informative presentation on the importance of life insurance and the offerings from Kuna Caribbean Insurance. We appreciate your expertise and insights on this critical aspect of financial planning. Now, who's ready for another giveaway? Mrs. Scuff, over to you.
Listen, this was such an incredible presentation. Miss Scott, thank you so much. We have another giveaway for you guys. Are you ready? So this one, if you are listening, you have picked up. I'm going to ask you, what is the minimum amount of premium, minimum amount of money that you can pay towards your critical illness plan? Share with me real quickly, the first one in the chat, what is the minimum amount you can pay towards your critical illness plan? The one who puts the correct answer will win another fantastic prize, courtesy of the United Student Movement. Over to you, Ashley.
Now, for our next presentation, we are so delighted to have with us Mr. Mark Johnson, Relationship Executive at the Development Bank of Jamaica. Mr. Johnson will be discussing the various grants that budding entrepreneurs can take advantage of to start their own businesses. As we all know, entrepreneurship is a critical driver of economic growth and job creation, and it's essential to support budding entrepreneurs in their journey. The Development Bank of Jamaica is committed to providing financial support and resources to help entrepreneurs succeed. So, if you're a budding entrepreneur looking to start your business or expand an existing one, you don't want to miss this presentation. Stay tuned so that we can hear from Mr. Mark Johnson about the various grants and resources available to you from the Development Bank of Jamaica. But just before he comes, let's take a short break. Stay with us.
Technology and innovation abound at the Beacon on the Hill, Northern Caribbean University in Mandeville, Manchester. NCU is home of the Microsoft Imagine Cup World Champions, home of the multiple winners in the Girls in ICT Caribbean Hackathon competition. And NCU is a center for robotics and artificial intelligence. Enroll today in any of our computer information science programs. Our programs are taught by a masterclass faculty. NCU certification prepares you to excel in a variety of positions in the information technology field. NCU builds character, creativity, and competence.
Welcome back. It's now time to continue with our next presentation. Again, we're so pleased to have with us Mr. Mark Johnson, Relationship Executive at the Development Bank of Jamaica. If you are someone who has a business idea or is already running a small business and looking for funding, this is an opportunity you don't want to miss. Mr. Johnson, welcome to our program. It's now your time to share.
I'm waiting for the screen. I'm waiting for the presentation. Good afternoon, team. I'm waiting for the presentation. Thank you. So what I'm presenting is innovation, funding new business, product or product ideas. That's my contact details. 876-457-9934, or you can also get me via email on mjohnson@dbankjm.com. Now, who is DBJ? Over the past 2 months of this year, we went on an island-wide roadshow to promote our brand. And in talking to several customers on this tour, we were surprised to find out how many people didn't know who DBJ was. So let us discuss who DBJ really is. Now, Development Bank of Jamaica, DBJ, is a GOJ's financial institution. Our primary services provide financial solutions for micro, small, medium enterprises, MSMEs, and large businesses. We also provide collateral support and grants. So as you can see here displayed, we have grants to support innovation and scalable businesses, and we have loans for viable enterprises and credit guarantees. Now at DBJ, we look on our company's annual revenue or the number of their employees to determine which category they fall in, right? So if your annual revenue is less than or equal to $50 million, you're considered micro. If it's greater than 15 but less than 75 million, you're considered small. If you're greater than 75 but less or equal to 425 million, you're considered medium. And anything above 425 million, you're considered a large company. Now, the innovation grant from New Ideas to Entrepreneurship, which is called the Ignite Grant, right, is for projects that are considered as a new or improved product, services, or processes, right? We place strong emphasis on certain sectors. However, if you're not a part of that sector, it does not preclude you from applying for this grant. So we look on tourism, creatives, agriculture, manufacturing, climate change, gender, and technology. Now, going through the application process of this grant, we have provided you with 7 business support intermediaries. These intermediaries will provide consultation in putting your business plan together. Now, this consultation fee is not borne by the client. DBJ absorbs that cost on your behalf. So to apply for this grant is on www.thinkbiggie.com. And I should also point out that this grant is not offered all year round. It's toward the latter part of the year, November or December, in which we will receive applications for the Ignite grant. Now, if you're at the ideation stage, which is really just the concept, right? If you qualify, you can get up to a maximum of $3 million. If you're an existing business and you wish to grow your business, if you qualify, you can get a maximum of $7 million. Now, we also have the energy audit grant, which is a maximum of $200,000. Now, for existing businesses who need help in reducing their energy use or some kind of consultation in reducing energy, we have the energy audit grant to assist you with that. So we have certified energy managers that we can refer you to, in which you can engage with them, and they can provide a report at the end of the assessment of your business energy use to find ways of using less energy, right? So applying for this grant to come directly to DBJ, we can provide electronic forms for you to fill out, and we've provided a list of certified energy managers that you can engage with, any one of your choice, to have an assessment done of your business. It should also be noted that DBJ also offers energy loans for businesses and residential. For businesses, you can get up to a maximum of $30 million at 9.5% to repay over 10 years. For residential, you can get a maximum of $5 million at 9.5% to repay over 10 years. Now, these are the general terms of DBJ loans. We're prepared to finance 90% of the project costs, while the client provides 10%, right? We need to ensure that the client has some teeth in this business, right? The maximum loan amount is $1.5 billion. And of course, that depends on your cash flow projection, right? And again, you have 10 years to repay the loan. For large businesses, we were prepared to finance 70% of the project cost, while the business needs to inject at least 30%. Again, our competitive rate, our rate at the moment is really between 9.5% for MSMEs, and for large businesses is 12%. And again, we have a moratorium on the principal payment for up to 2 years. So for the first 2 years, you'll just be paying interest, and from years 3 to 10, you'll be paying principal and interest. Now, DBJ's modus operandi is that we do not lend directly to the client. We wholesale our funding through commercial banks, credit unions, microfinance institutions. Then they unlend to the customer. Now, DBJ has a plethora of partners that we do business with, right? So commercial banks, you see that list, and we also have microfinance institutions that we partner with to wholesale our funding, which they then unlend to their clients. Now, these are the general or critical requirements in applying for a DBJ loan. You must be a registered business in Jamaica. You should be tax compliant, and your project should be technically and financially viable. Your equity injection generally ranges between 10 and 30%. Now, DBJ invests in practically all sectors across Jamaica, right? And these are the sectors and we provide funding for crops, construction, machinery, working capital, energy, tourism, purchase of property, etc. Now, DBG also provides collateral support as indicated initially. Now, once you approach your bank and you wish to apply for a loan, you may not have sufficient collateral to secure the loan. DBG is prepared to partially guarantee the loan amount you wish to borrow, right? Generally, we're prepared to partially guarantee 80% of it, of the loan, up to a maximum of $30 million. For small businesses, we're prepared to partially guarantee 90% of the loan amount, or up to a maximum of $10 million. We also do collateral support for startup businesses. Now, we define startup businesses as a business that has been operating for practically 2 years. Guarantees can stretch for up to 10 years, and there's a 2% administration fee attached to it. So as you continue to pay down on your loan, this administration fee will reduce. So this is called a credit enhancement facility, in which we provide collateral support or we partially guarantee the loan. Now, how to qualify? It cannot be a large business. As we indicated earlier, if you're over $425 million in annual revenue, you will not qualify for the credit enhancement facility. It must be tax compliant. The project must be financially viable and financially feasible. They must also have a proven track record and a good credit history. Now, customers and banks. Customers tend to have challenges when they're applying for a loan from several banks, right? But there are a few things that need to be borne in mind when applying for a loan from any bank. DBJ, okay, thank you. So I'd like to, thank you very much. I'd like to, can you enlarge that screen a little bit more, please? Okay, thank you. So banks will say this to you, and these are the solutions that you should come up with when banks may say this. Our bank does not issue small business loans. Well, the solution to that is, before applying for a loan, research banks which offer the type of loan you need. A bank may say, I don't know enough about your business. The solution, develop and present a detailed business plan to the business banker. Thirdly, you haven't told me why you need the money. Solution, your business plan should explain how much money you need and how you intend to use it. Your numbers do not support your loan, the loan requested. Solution, include a cash flow forecast in your business plan. You don't have enough collateral. Well, be prepared to pledge your company's assets and perhaps your personal assets and discuss the credit enhancement facility with the business banker. Your business does not support the loan on its own. Solution, be prepared to provide a personal guarantee on the loan. Now, DBJ can be reached by our website on dbankjm.com, also on Instagram at dbjamaica, on Facebook, and on Twitter. And of course, you can walk into our offices at 11815 Oxford Road, Kingston 5.
Thank you very much, Mr. Johnson, for that informative presentation on the grants available for budding entrepreneurs. We appreciate your insights and expertise on this crucial topic. We will be sure to keep in touch with you. Now, Mrs. Scuff, the students are eager to know what giveaway you have this time. Do share.
Hey, Ashley, I have another fantastic giveaway, and I want one of my students to answer this question, and I've made it so simple for you. True or false? Now, if you were paying attention, you'll get it in a jiffy. True or false? Your business plan shouldn't necessarily state how much money you need, but you should be able to tell us how you intend to use it. True or false? Back at you, Ashley.
Now, for our final presentation, we are delighted to have with us Miss Ricketts, branch sales representative at the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union. Ms. Ricketts will be discussing the student work and travel loan offer from the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union. As students, we all know the value of gaining necessary work and travel experience traveling to broaden our horizons. However, it can be challenging to fund these activities, and that's where the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union comes in. They offer student work and travel loans to help students fund their work and travel aspirations. Ms. Ricketts will be discussing the details of this loan offer and how it can help students achieve their goals. So, if you're a student looking to gain work and travel but need financial assistance, you don't want to miss this presentation. Stay tuned to hear from Ms. Ricketts from the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union. Ms. Ricketts, welcome to our program. Please share with us how we can take advantage of this opportunity.
Good afternoon, one and all. All right, so I hope we are having a fantastic evening. Just to jump into my presentation, I'll be focusing mainly on our work and travel program. A few of the students have already benefited from this loan product that we have. So I am sure they have shared the experience with their colleagues, and hopefully at the end of my presentation, I'm hoping everybody's hearing me. Let me know if you're hearing me.
Yes, we are hearing you.
Right, so I'm hoping at the end of my presentation, I'll have more persons coming in or giving me a call to find out more or how they can go about to start the process for this loan. All right, so next slide. All right, so First Heritage, we're committed to being the institution of choice in the financial sector. As our vision states, to become a world-class institution. So at First Heritage, we're one of the largest credit unions in Jamaica. We serve over 200,000 other members island-wide. And at First Heritage, we do it all. You name it, we do it. Whether you're into savings, you're into investments, you're into loans, you're into doing remittance, utilize our Cambia services, you name it, we have a product or service for you at First Heritage Credit Union. All right, so each year, you know, the work and travel program is now a thing, right? So each year you have students who are interested in going on this work and travel program to meet a need, whether they have, you know, back to school expenses, they want to purchase books or whatever the case is, mainly to pay their school fees, right? So normally persons, including myself when I was enrolled in tertiary level education, myself had challenges coming up with that money to assist with going on the program, right? So at First Heritage, we created a package, a product that is suited just for this situation, right? So we call it the Student Work and Travel Program, where we assist students with going on the program by paying their embassy fee, pay their plane fare and their program fee. All right, so this is how we'll approach it: to provide a loan facility for tertiary students to assist them with going on the work and travel program. As mentioned before, we assist with their agency fee, their visa fee, and their airfare. And so on screen, you'll see our brochure. So we lend up to $300,000 to assist with the program. You must be a full-time student. You must have minimum 2.5 GPA. I've never, well, based on the applications that I've done so far, I must say, including NCU students, their GPAs are way above the 2.5. They must be first, second, or third year students. So no final year students, unfortunately, for this product. You must be first, second, or third year. You can borrow up to 300,000 unsecured, as mentioned before. You need a guarantor. The good thing is you can choose anyone to be your guarantor. Once a person is willing to stand as guarantor for you, you can use whoever to be your guarantor. You have until September 30th of this year, 2023, to repay. So you don't have to worry about paying in parts or having monthly payments. You pay in a lump sum. When you get back from the program, you have until September month end. Of course, if you want to pay in installments, that's also an option, but you don't have to worry about it. All right. There's also a 35% handling fee. Also, again, you don't have to worry about that. It's included in the loan. So the total loan that you will access includes the 35% fee. So you pay nothing out of pocket. All right, so how to apply? You must be a First Heritage member. You can open an account today and start the process right away. I must say, I've received a lot of applications, including students from NCU that enroll on this product thus far, and I'm hoping again to receive more applicants. So you must be a First Heritage member. You must be a First Heritage member. You can start the process right away upon becoming a member. If you're a student, we'll need your passport, your school ID, the program acceptance letter, and for your guarantor, we'll need the valid ID, job letter, most recent pay slips, and we do a credit report for both the student and the guarantor. All right, so with the work and travel loan, it covers up to 80% of the program, of the cost for the program through this one facility. 80% because we don't cover cost expenses such as your rent or your pocket money or anything like that. This particular product does not cover those. However, if you want additional funding to cover those, you have access to getting an additional loan for that. All right, so it's pretty straightforward. It's not a long process. What I must say, given we are closer to summer, we have a lot of the programs that already closed off. The deadline is already gone. What I must say, if persons are interested and they are enrolled or they found a program that are still accepting applications, please find out when is the deadline so we can have enough time and we have an idea when is the deadline. We've been doing this product since last year, so quite a few persons have come in and we are just finalizing applications that we still have. So if you are interested, please find out when is the deadline so we can prioritize your application. All right, so again, my name is Davina Ricketts. If you want to contact me for further details, My number is on screen, 403-8218. I'm located at the Mandeville branch, that's 2 Perth Road, Mandeville, Manchester. So feel free to call me. You can also send me an email or you can stop by the branch.
Thank you, Ms. Ricketts, for that informative presentation on the Students' Work and Travel Loan offer from the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union. We appreciate your insights and expertise on this valuable loan offer. Now, Mrs. Scuff, we're almost at the end of the program, and I am eager to know what the final giveaway is and the question. Now, take it away.
I'll tell you, Ashley, listen. I'm gonna throw in an extra giveaway, a broader one. What do you think about that? A grand finale, if you will. But just before, I want to do a quick giveaway regarding the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union's presentation. Fill in the blank. X% covers up to, no, that's not true. This percentage, what is the percentage that is being offered by the credit union to cover the program? How much percentage is going to be given to you through this work and travel loan from the First Heritage Cooperative Credit Union? I'm watching the chat. Let's see who gets this right. And you are going to win yourself a fantastic prize, I promise you. But now it's time for the grand finale giveaway. Listen, I want it on the screen. The person that gets this answer correctly, and it's an easy one, will win a 30-minute consultation with a faith-based money coach. Charlene Tilbany wants to do a half-hour consultation with our winner this afternoon. And it's pretty simple. I don't even need to look at this. But as a faith-based institution, our students should know this answer. The first one to get this gets that opportunity. How much percentage of your income should you use or take for your tithe? What is the percentage of your tithe you should deduct from your income? The first person, and I'm going to put person, and I want a student to respond to that question, Ashley. I want you to get that 30-minute consultation with Charlene Tilbany, money coach. Over to you, Madam Host.
I am hoping that the chat is buzzing because I would do anything for that 30-minute consultation. Now, viewers, we have had a fantastic session today with the presentations from the various financial experts who have shared their insights on financial literacy, insurance, entrepreneurship, and funding opportunities. We hope that you found these presentations informative and valuable. We also want to remind you to come out to the main campus here tomorrow, April 18, beginning at 2 p.m. for our personal branding day. And our main guest presenter will be Dr. Terry Carell Reed, media personality, personal brand ambassador, and the author of My Brand Compass, who will be doing her book signing. And you can have your corporate headshots taken by Meet Studio beginning at 12 noon right there in the gymnatorium. This is an opportunity that you guys don't want to miss. And remember to like and follow us on social media, Facebook at Careers NCU and Instagram at NCU_career services. Before we go, we want to take a special time to big up and shout out our contributors, GOB Media, the United Student Movement, producers, the hardworking team, and to the Office of Career and Employment Services for making this event possible. I'm Ashley Onfroy, and my social media manager and co-host is Mrs. Shelly Gay Bignall Cuff. I want to extend my sincerest thank you to those who joined us online. I'm looking forward to next year, Mrs. Cuff, even though I won't be here. And I just want to tell the students, thank you for joining us. We have come to the end of our program. Have a blessed day. I'm Ashley Onfroy, the Vice President of Finance and Planning for the United Student Movement, and I officially end the program. Goodbye.